Do you think that this Pahalgam terror attack happened because of intelligence failure?
If our Prime Minister has gone to Israel 2 days before the war and tells them that we are with you, so we are not neutral.
So do you see this whole issue of Kashmir and POK being solved in the near future? So India is currently combining the Army, Navy and the Air Force into this joint theatre commands.
It will never happen.
Will there ever be a future wherein India and Pakistan could ever come to good terms?
65 war, I got wounded. We had attacked and captured.
And are we fully ready to see women serving in active frontline combat? If you had the power to make a reform, would you remove this Agnipath scheme?
First day. Be honest, whatever you are doing.
Hello everyone, my name is Muskan and today I am honored to interview retired Brigadier R.S. Mann sir. Sir, it is truly my privilege to have a conversation with you, sir. Retired Brigadier R.S. Mann served in the Indian Army for 33 years and he was associated with the Rajput Regiment. During his service, he was part of important operations like 1965 war, 1971 war and witnessed many major moments related to India's security and defense. Today, through this interview, we will talk about his journey in the army, his experiences in and his take on India's current security challenges on topics like Operation Sindoor, the West Asia crisis, defense reforms, and the future of the defense warfare. So, thank you so much for joining us today. It is truly my privilege to have you with us.
Welcome.
So, I would first like to begin with your personal journey in the army. So, what inspired you to join Indian Army, and at what point in your life did you decided that serving the country in the uniform was your calling?
You know, I was studying in college, and my maternal uncle was already in army in Mahar Regiment as a colonel. So he was the first inspiration for us. And then when I was studying in Dayal Singh College, Karnal, so suddenly, this about the written examination all India for entry into army came. So I just, I gave my name and went for the written examination, and with God's grace, I got through in first attempt. Then once you are cleared in entrance examination, or you call it a written examination, then you are called for interview. And in army, interview goes on for good about 3 days. Because the basic thing they want to see in you is whether you are fit for this job or not.
Yes.
Officer-like qualities, or you can say leadership-like qualities. It does not mean that if you are rejected, then you are not fit for other fields. No, you may be good doctor, you may be a good IS officer, IPS officer, but we will just confine this to army selection.
So, moving on to my next question. So, sir, during your years of service, what was the most daring operation or a mission that you were part of?
Every operation is like that. Once you have staked your life, so every operation becomes a daring operation.
Yes.
So, as I told you, in 65 war, I got wounded. We had attacked and captured one of their pickets. And I was lieutenant, and lieutenant is command. Your command is only from platoon. So after attack, I was just putting it is called reorg. After the attack, reorg, because there is a fighting going on all over. Then you regain your control over your command. So I was just putting my boys on the ground. And after putting that down, I was just, lying just behind a small one field man and looking ahead. And I think there was a Pakistani tank, they were standing there. He fired shell and it just hit about, I think, 2 feet in front of field bar. And I got wounded and got a splinter, a little one, not much, through my hand. I was sitting like this. So luckily, maybe if it is it would have gone bad. But these are all minor things, nothing to
Yes.
be proud of.
Okay. So, moving with some questions regarding India's safety and the foreign affairs. So my next question is that India continues to deal with cross-border terrorism from Pakistan while simultaneously facing strategic pressure from China through LAC. So, sir, in your opinion, which front presents the more complex challenges for India today, and why? Is it China or is it like some?
You can't compare them. We are fighting two front war,
Yeah.
Chinese and on the Pakistan side, it is a continuous affair. Even now, I think they are searching for, there is an operation going on in JNK and it has gone into seventh day. So with Pakistan, we have to be, constantly very ready to deal with this infiltration and whatever terrorist organization they put across to deal with that. Whereas on the Chinese side, it's almost stabilized. Yes, they have occupied that area, but then it is a stabilized. Like that Galwan operation and other operation, after that, things have stabilized. So these are two different frontiers and they demand different action. Here we have to constantly vary.
Yes.
Anytime you fire the terrorists have come across and then you go for them. Whereas on the Chinese side, it is stabilized.
Yes. Right, sir. So, sir, speaking of Galwan clash, during this clash, Chinese completely destroyed decades of border trust between India and China. And we now see a massive permanent military infrastructure on the border built on both the sides. So, sir, do you feel that the recent buffer zone agreement are actually keeping the peace, or are they slowly forcing us to give up our historical patrolling rights?
The second one is correct.
Yes.
There is nothing known as a buffer zone. So whichever way we were patrolling earlier, they have stopped that. So that's a big change.
Yes, sir.
So just to stabilize that front, we have just accepted a sort of mutually, understanding where of course we have lost ground. There is no doubt about that. But then we have to see that. But on the Pakistani side, we have to be 24 hours ready.
Yes. So my next question is a really important question, and you were also part of this 1971 war, right, sir? So, sir, during this war, India had captured 93,000 soldiers, right, sir? So, and we could have used that as a massive bargaining chip, but we chose not to do so. As during the Shimla Agreement 1972, we returned all those prisoners of war without forcing a permanent settlement on the Kashmir border. So, sir, as a military officer, do you feel our political leaders missed this historical opportunity?
No, absolutely not. As per Geneva Convention, you know how much money we were spending on 93,000 people. And it is not so easy that you capture some and you force that with the NK. No, it doesn't happen that way. The best was when we created Bangladesh.
Yeah.
And that was the best achievement of a political leader at that time. We created another country. We broke Pakistan. Not only then, we broke the foreign exchange resources because from Bangladesh they used to, export the jute.
Hmm.
So it is not so easy that you keep coming. Then they also had our soldiers, about I think 1,200. On the western side there was not much of war, which is bargain is not so easy. Had it been so easy, the political leadership would have done that.
Yes.
But the achievement the political leadership did was the Shimla Agreement, where we said that this JNK problem is not UNO problem.
So do
It
you
was agreed that it would be solved between the two countries. That was a big achievement.
so do you see this whole issue of Kashmir and POK being solved in the near future?
POK is very difficult to take. If it was so easy to take, we would have taken it.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Because taking POK means a full-fledged war. So, and other part in J&K is this terrorist problem. For that, I feel you must have the confidence of local people. You know, something is known as workable intelligence, actionable intelligence. So what is that actionable intelligence is from your local sources, not from top or CBI or they send you a big letter, but the actionable intelligence which we create at our level, the colonial level. Let us say from this village nearby, we have created the source. So if he comes and tells us that there are two people carrying rifles, they are foreigners. Foreigners mean they are not from that village. So we know that they must be terrorists.
Yes.
So that is actionable because now we know they are there and we can launch our operations and whatever of course is done for them is done. That's called actionable.
Yes. Right.
So actionable intelligence you will get from your local resources which you will create. And we keep that resource very secret.
Right, sir. Sir, next I would like to know your opinion on the recent West Asia crisis. So, sir, due to this ongoing crisis, it is affecting our oil supply routes and shipping costs, and it is causing global instability. So, sir, from a strategic point of view, how vulnerable is India to this prolonged instability in this region?
We are very much affected
Yes,
because 80% your petrol and gas comes from the Middle East. So as far as India is concerned, we are badly affected by it economically, not otherwise.
so India has maintained a very delicate balance with West Asia in this entire West Asia crisis. On one hand, with US, while on the another hand, with Iran, UAE, and all these countries. So, in your view, is India's multi-alignment strategy sustainable if the region moves towards bloc-based polarization?
It is already there. We are not neutral in this. If our Prime Minister has gone to Israel 2 days before the war and tells them that we are with you, so we are not neutral in this. We have already decided we are with Israel and of course American, whatever they want us to do, we do that. Otherwise, Iran has been, helping us. We have been getting oil from Iran with exchange of rupee. That is when the Americans have put some sanction on us. Even in against Pakistan, they supported because Iran is a Shia, Pakistan is Sunni dominated.
Yes, right.
So in this conflict, we are not neutral. I don't think.
But at the same time, we also cannot afford to side with a particular because we need both of them. Because right now we are not really self-dependent. We need US. We also need Iran because of Strait of Hormuz and all. So do you think that we should be more deliberate in showing this polarization so that it might help us, or should we continue to remain neutral? Because we have not openly said that we are sided with any particular country. It's not on paper.
It is on paper. Once your Prime Minister has gone to Israel and told them we are with you, we have made our position very clear, which is wrong. Which I don't think is. Iran, the Khomeini, their leader, was assassinated by. We never condemned them. After 5, 6 days, of course, we realized it is not correct. Ours is a very strong country. Nobody can force us. In 71 war, when the Americans sent their 7th fleet against us, So Indira Gandhi said, go to hell, no problem. There it is. Why should we take side? It's such a big country.
Moving on to my next question. So India is rapidly signing free trade agreements, and we recently signed free trade agreement with European Union as well as
It
United
has not
Kingdom.
been finalized, but we will sign.
Yeah. So these agreements are usually discussed in economic terms,
Yes.
but today trade routes, supply chains, and technology access are also deeply linked to national security. So, do you think that modern trade agreements are now a strategic tools for geopolitics as much as economic partnerships?
No, these are two absolutely different things. One is just confined to economy, another is a security problem that is different. Wherever we think that we should go in some sort of agreement with any country, we will go. But otherwise, we are quite yes on certain technically highly, these weapons. There, of course, wherever demand, let us say from Russia, we get that S-400. So that is, it's not actually a military group we have joined them. No, it's only, it is also a trade. We are buying and paying them. That's all. On this, of course, there is no, we are not even, though of course Americans want you to come to them, we are member of the Quad.
Yes.
But that is in a very limited sort of field as far as security is concerned. And even Quad meeting yesterday, day before, we have given statement. It is not against any particular country. But actually, if you see, Quad is actually against China. But we have made our position very clear.
Now, I would like to ask you questions on some major operations like Operation Sindoor. So, sir, in your point of view, do you think that this Pahalgam terror attack happened because of intelligence failure, or is it unrealistic to expect 100% prevention in such hybrid terror environment?
No, if you let us say Pelgam, any terrorist strike, of course, it's our security problem. But it is an intelligence failure if you have not been able to detect that. So we can't brush it aside, but that will at some scale will carry on with Pakistan.
Yes.
And we have to be prepared for that. Now this present operation going on, I think it has gone into 7th day. So, and that is true because it's summer. And those terrorists which have come, they can move on. In winter, you will find this will come down.
Yes, sir. So this Operation Sindoor was different from previous operations like Uri or Balakot because there was integration of all these three defense forces, and it also appeared much more deeper and coordinated, and it was publicly asserted. So, sir, from a military point of view, what made Operation Sindoor strategically different from India's previous cross-border terrorism operations?
The reply which we got in Sindhu, though we had conveyed to Pakistan, we are simply hitting the terrorist centers. But this time they said no. Once you have crossed our border, so we will retaliate whichever power they have. So that is why within 3 days we stopped that. Because there was the indication from that side, this we will not accept it. Yes, that country they have also to be answerable to their public. But that only thing is we have to be very, ready for this, for Pakistan.
Yes, sir.
You go put some missiles there, there is a terrorist center, no, they can move to some other place. So उसमें क्या फर्क?
So, do you believe that maybe will there ever be a future wherein India and Pakistan could ever come to good terms?
You never know the future. It may happen. Why not? The basic thing is a culture of particular Punjab and that side Punjab is very similar.
Yes, sir.
So it may happen. Because once we solve these problems and other things, the problems, of course, it can be solved through negotiation only, militarily very difficult. I give you a very Simple example, though of course I don't know, it's part of your interview. In 71 war, uh, Sultan was again on the western sector, Khalda sector, 14 Rajput. I was major at that time. So there was ceasefire, and the ceasefire is nothing. It is just a telephone wire we just spread. They say no, we had our wires here, and this 1 o'clock is the ceasefire. Let us say in the night, and we were here, they were there, so we just adjust that. Okay, that's the ceasefire. I used to every day walk along in front of my company along the ceasefire line, and one day I was just trying to enter that area, and there were two Pakistani soldiers standing there. They wish me, कहने सलाम साहब, मैं कहा वालेकुम सलाम, की हाल है? ठीक है साहब, पर look at that. साहब इधर ना आना, in Punjabi they told me, because it's a मायना छुट गया, उन्होंने some they night together, थोड़ा फैनेटिक होते हैं हर जगह पे, शफी, कहते साहब शफी में कहते we told him कि मान साहब इधर, look at this, the wording, मान साहब इधर से गुजरते हैं, उनका पैर आ जाएगा, तो वो कहता है आपको क्या दुश्मन का कंपनी. So everywhere you will find there are good people, there are friends. And culturally we are more close to them. And God grace may happen, you never know. I will not rule it out, may happen, why not? At some stage we all have to, get close. Not very simple. If we have a stop trade with them. In the previous war we never stopped trade because it is affecting us also. The space which they have closed for you, how much it is costing you Indian Airlines. It takes, say, if you go over that space when it was not blocked, it takes 2 hours to reach Dubai. Now it takes 4 hours to reach. And why the foreign airlines? Well, they can either cross over them. So you do that, which of course you want to punish them, but you don't punish your own people.
Yes.
Whenever any military operation is required, do that. If you have stopped trade, what's happening there in the, that area, I was thinking about 3,000 people, they have lost their job. On the outright post,
Yes, sir.
the daily traffic people and the trucks used to move that, and these laborers, they used to be employed there to carry stuff on that side and this side. So that of course, otherwise military be ready. Why accept that thing?
Yes, sir. So my next question is regarding Agnipath scheme. So, sir, this scheme has brought major changes to the army, but I believe that it has also led to many heartbreaking controversies. For example, I have brought one example. A 20-year-old Agniveer named Akashdeep Singh was killed in the line of duty during Operation Sindoor, and his grieving family protested because he was not given the status of official martyr. Plus, he was also not provided with family pension as compared to a regular Jawan.
This is very big drawback on this.
Yes, sir.
Every officer, every person in army will say it is not correct. What is this Agniveer? For 4 years you are, you have employed him. And what is 4 years? In 4 years you don't even become a good qualified soldier. And after that you just leave them on. There is no, medical cover for them, for their family, or canteen cover. So this way you don't fight war. Because it has negatively affected our army strength.
Yes, sir. So, do you think that it is also damaging the morals and the brotherhood of the infantry?
Brotherhood to infantry may not be, but otherwise it affects them a lot.
Yes, sir.
Brotherhood, look, I am from Rajput regiment. For me, the Rajput regiment is the best regiment. Though I am this one they don't buy the British. The officer has no religion. The religion of your troops is your religion. So regimentation is a different because that will still stand, and we have fought so many wars based on the regimental strength. If you ask me, I am a Sikh, just Sikh. But I started my pulsar when I was Lieutenant Colonel, Gayatri Mantra. So I told Subrat Major, I give 2 months, every soldier I ask मेरे को गायत्री मंत्र पढ़ कर. So in Darbar I said first I will tell you Om Bhur Bhaswa Tatsavitra Varenyam Bhargo Dvasya Devi Devi because that is the religion of my troops and that is my religion. So regimentation is based on that. I hope they don't destroy it.
So India is currently combining the Army, Navy, and the Air Force into this joint theater commands.
It will never happen.
So let's say this happens in the future. So, but traditionally, all these three branches have their own proud histories and they
Yes,
have their
that
own
is the major reason.
exact. You know my question, what I'm already about to ask you.
That is the major reason. Even otherwise, from operation point of view, I don't think we need to have this number. We have fought many wars based on this, pattern.
Do you believe that there will be more chaos
Yeah,
and
now you see, you are brought up in an army, then you go higher staff officer, they move to headquarters. You understand that. But if you combine all these three, until unless, of course, we start at a very lower level and interpost officers in the headquarters, brigade headquarters, so that they understand what we are doing. Rather, I have experience in this, and I went to army headquarters. I raised that 108 Mountain Brigade. You go on the Google and write 108 Mountain Brigade Indian Army. So my name will be because I have raised that information. So you are part of that information. You go on the Google. So when I took my brigade to Andaman Nicobar, so we were put under Navy's command. No, Navy doesn't know what we are doing. The field Pabla, what's his name? I've forgotten it. Admiral Jam. Nice person. Because there, professional culture is little different than us. So they enjoy. So now we have been put under them for report writing and operation. I took up that matter with the army head. So they told me, okay, you come and give presentation. So I went to army. I told them. So I was told, okay, because there is a requirement that in operations there is a more questionnaires in this command. So I said, on W will come under them operation. But during peacetime, don't put us under them. They don't know what we are doing. So that's at that time DMO, I have forgotten. His name was from Punjab. He is a man, we agree. But at that time, all the three chiefs were postmates. So I said, all right, if this is the thing, what to do?
yes. So, in the recent few years, Indian Army has taken a massive step by inducting women into commanding roles and artillery regiments. So, as someone who has spent decades in the traditional infantry, how has the ground level culture of army adapted to this change? And are we fully ready to see women serving in active frontline combat roles?
As far as I also appreciate this. The women must come to army. Why not? But then we have to see the certain physical limitations. For infantry, it will be very difficult. Yes, in RT they can be there, and in ordnance, ASC, engineers, signals. Why not? They are very capable. But only thing is because of natural physical limitations, they cannot be part of the infantry. That is why. And even for operation deployment, let us say I am on as an officer on picket, so I share my meal with the troops. There is no separate mess there. So the conditions in infantry is little different. You can't put a lady on a long range patrol where you are 5, 10 days outside, and we can sleep with the troops. The troops are sleeping, and they will put some berries this side. You are just sleeping as a young officer, and they will cook some meal on fire. You also do that, but that cannot happen with ladies. Maybe they are very brave, anything, but this is a natural limitation. What to do? Even your athletic, parameters, there are different parameters for ladies and men.
So let's say there are always exceptions. And what if someone is really keen and is actually capable, but what if they are not being given this opportunity just because in the name of physical limitations?
Then you have to, only infantry. Rest, of course, they can always manage. Infantry becomes very difficult. Long range patrol for 7, 8 days with
Yes,
pack, you are moving rations with the troops. So for infantry, I will not approve them. Otherwise, I respect them. I will find a good officer. Maybe in certain cases, the better officer that maybe certain men officers, as in nothing. But only thing is that that operational requirement and infantry environments, it doesn't fit that way that lady should come to infantry only. Army, yes, please.
yes.
Rather,
Right.
I will like that more ladies should be put in, you know, ordnance, ALC, where they don't have to confide, and those officers can come forward to this side.
Yes, sir.
But that is only physical limitation. That you can't help. Where can you?
Right, sir. Right, sir. So my next question is, based on your so many years of experience in the Indian Army, what is that one change you wish to see in the army?
For me, you can't change a thing. It all depends on one person. You see a battalion is doing very well, then the CO changes, the next CO comes, and the performance goes down. The army's organization is okay, but only thing is this entry of officers that we must be very careful because nowadays, the normal choice of the officer, young people, it's not army. No, no, I'm not. Even my sons, it's the same. And during our time, we used to be, from the landowning families or landowning from the villages. We three brothers, myself, brigadier, younger to me is a colonel retired, and a young number three is again brigadier retired from guard. And we had such a strong regimentation feeling that my younger brother, he's from Bihar, he has sent his son to Bihar.
Okay.
He is a full colonel now and got Sena medal in JNK. So that sort of thing is not coming. You may be a very fine organization, but if you put a person who is not honest and team-minded, you will fail. So changes, I think the army is okay. I have fought 2 wars with them, and then of course Nagaland operation. It's fine. Only thing is all depends on the person on top.
So if you had the power to make a reform, would you remove this Agnipath scheme?
First day, nobody is like it. You ask, I was just going walking. There is a JC who comes walking this side, so he wishes me Ram Ram. तो मैंने कहा कैसा चल रहा है ही फ्रॉम ईएमई तो मैं कहा ये अग्निवीर का तो सब काम ही नहीं करते उनको पता चला so that's something else your question. It is not good for army such Agniveer or Agnipath. Maybe it's okay for those European countries where of course they get training and then of course for war they come together. For us of course the constant war.
Yes,
with
sir.
Pakistan and China.
Yes. So my final question is, what message would you like to give to the youth of the country?
Be honest, whatever you are doing. You may be a good doctor. We need good IS officer, IPS officer. Because Muskan, the point is, we are very protected people. Army. We don't have to deal with the public. Most difficult task is of this IS officer, IPS officer, and plus, of course, the political pressure.
Pressure. Yes.
So, youth, whatever they are doing, even if they are doctors, be very honest. Good officer, IPS, IAS, and that's all. It is the youth which is going to make your country.
Yes, sir. So, with this, we come to an end of this interview. And, sir, thank you so much for sharing your insights and experiences with us.
Oh, Muskan, this is nothing.
So speaking with you today has given us a deeper understanding about the military pressure and how it is so different from what we see on the news headlines. And for the youth, your journey truly inspired us, sir. It taught us that true strength comes from dedication and, as you mentioned, honesty. You gave us the message for being honest in whatever field we do, whatever you choose to do, whether it is serving the nation or being a doctor or any kind of work. So, sir, thank you so much for your valuable time, and I'm really grateful, and I'm feeling really honored to have an
Why?
interview with you.
Muskan, bete, is nothing I have done. I was just sitting there. Now, it is good that you have come and we have been able to exchange our views. So, it's my feeling.
Thank you so much. Thank you.